Good morning, everyone. We'll be starting and welcome. Good morning and welcome. My name is Dr. Carlita Alston, and I am an Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program Coach and Instructional Designer. And on behalf of the Deputy Director, Dr. Norman Ruano, I welcome you. So today joining me will be three other facilitators, Ms. Monica Pruitt, Mr. Edwin Sanchez and Ms. Shariana Falsey, and I'll let them introduce themselves one at a time. Ms. Monica Pruitt, can you please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Carlita. Good morning, everyone. My name is Monica Pruitt. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Monica. Ms. Shariana, can you introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Shariana. Thank you for joining.
All right, thank you. And finally, Mr. Edwin, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Alston. Good morning, everyone. I'm Edwin Sanchez, Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. And so we are excited to have you all on the Zoom meeting here with us today. Welcome to this webinar, Introduction to Illinois Works and its Programs. And thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to join us. Over the next 3 hours, you will have an opportunity to learn about Illinois Works and the programs this new DCEO office oversees. The target audience for this program are individuals accountable for identifying and/or completing applications for funding opportunities. In this instance, the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Notice of Funding Opportunity, or NOFO. Job titles may include, but not be limited to, program administrators, grant writers, fund developers, program managers, and program coordinators. Illinois Works has a team of passionate professionals committed to supporting our pre-apprenticeship program's success. The current team consists of Dr. Norman Ruano, our Deputy Director of Illinois Works, Mr. Dan Martinez, Financial Grant Manager, Ms. Monica Pruitt, Grant Manager, Mr. Edward Sanchez, Grant Manager, Ms. Shariana Falsey, Grant Manager. We also have Ms. Sue Ridings, our Monitoring Grant Manager, Dr. Jeff Doolittle, Instructional Designer and Program Coach, myself, Dr. Carlita Alston, Instructional Designer and Program Coach, Ms. Olivia Meisenbach, our Technical Writer, and Dr. Gia Suggs, our Professional Development Lead, Training Analyst, and Program Coach. There will also be a team accountable for Apprenticeship Initiative, Bid Credit Program, and Career Services. Illinois Works was created as a result of Governor Pritzker's historic $45 billion capital plan and his commitment to expanding equity in Illinois' construction workforce. This exciting initiative creates opportunities for Illinois businesses, communities, and families. During this course, you will be provided with an overview of Illinois Works, the Illinois Works Job Program Act, and the Illinois Works 3 key programs. By the end of this training, you'll be able to learn and articulate the mission of DCEO, describe the relationship between DCEO and Illinois Works, describe the 3 key programs implemented as a result of the Illinois Works Job Program Act, review the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program Notice of Funding Opportunity, which we call NOFO, recently released. Please note this session will be recorded and made available for review at our Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program NOFO landing page. The link to the 2025 NOFO page is available in the chat. Any questions before we proceed to the next section? If so, please feel free to unmute your line or post your question in the chat. Okay, there are no questions in the chat. I'll move on to the next section. By the end of this section, you'll be able to use the WebEx features and functions to fully participate in the training and identify what you hope to learn from this training. Now, in order for you to be fully engaged, let's review some basic WebEx system functions. Now, as we go through these system functions, you can feel free to practice them. So for the example, the mute and unmute button, stop and start the video, the raise hand, and if you want to try that now, you can go ahead and practice raising your hand, the emoji button. And sometimes we have fancy little emojis we like to throw up on the screen, so you can practice that if you'd like. And the chat button. This is where we will do most of our communicating through the chat and through Mentimeter. To help facilitate the best experience, please keep your line muted to help manage potential interruptions during the training. The lines can be unmuted during question and answer sessions or group discussions. If you have a comment or a question, please share it in the chat or unmute yourself during the question and answer sessions at the end of each of these training sections. There will be definitive points during the training where you will be invited to ask questions, and we'll try to respond to as many of those comments and questions as possible within our allotted time. So right now, if you look at the screen, you'll see on the right-hand side of your screen a multimedia viewer alert. Click the blue continue button. Once you press continue to Mentimeter, the app will open and show you the Mentimeter in the viewer panel. The link is being shared in the chat as well. This will allow you to fully participate during this training, as well as provide us with feedback at the end of the training. So let's begin. Using Mentimeter, please share the following: your name, organization or agency you're with, your role. And I'll give some shout outs as the names start to appear in our Mentimeter. We have Aridia Clark, Thornton Township Chamber of Commerce President. Thank you. Kathy Mayer from Moraine Valley College. Thank you. We have Jackie Lawson from Skills USA, Jerry Hung from TEC Services Consulting in Naperville, Nate from YWCA, Ronell Ewing from Community Works, Joseph, okay, we have a lot now. Joseph from Westside Health Authority, Melissa from Eden Career Institute, Nilda from Chinese America, Ken Services, Braden also from TEC, Jonathan from PUI Tech Center, Keith from Limestone Community, Yvonne from Goodwill, Chicago. Thank you all for joining us today. Are there any other names that want to get added to our list? All right, let's move on. Thank you for joining us. Oh, we have one more, Stephen. What do you hope to learn today? Okay, as the answers start to populate, I'll give a chance to give you a minute or two to type in your responses. What do you hope to learn today? Someone said they'd like to learn more about the apprenticeship NOFO and opportunity. Yes, that's what we're here to tell you today. Update myself on Illinois Works and clear understanding of the NOFO process. Very good. Hope to refresh on information and gain clarity on program details. And that's always helpful. Any other comments? More about the Illinois Pre-Apprenticeship Program and what department it is looking for in an ideal applicant, types of programs that will be funded, how to implement the apprenticeship program. I would like to learn more about the application process and resources, materials required. I would like to learn about Illinois Works and this NOFO, and then understand whether this opportunity is right for my organization. We hope to learn how we can work better with the pre-apprenticeship program. If we can scroll up a little bit, thank you. How to connect and apply for the grant. And you'll find out all of that information in today's session. I hope to learn about the program and how it works. Okay, great. Are there any other responses? All right, looks like we've covered most of them. Thank you all for sharing your information. So if you have any further comments, feedback, or questions after this training, you can email us. The email address is made available in the chat. All right. Any questions before we proceed to the next section? If so, go ahead and put it in the chat or unmute yourself. And I'll give you a minute or two. Are there any questions about what we've just covered? All right, so I'm going to pass it over to our next facilitator, Ms. Monica Pruitt. Thank you, Monica.
Thank you, Carlita. Okay, so we're going to jump into section 3, Illinois Works. By the end of this section, you will be able to describe the role of Governor Pritzker's historic $45 billion capital plan in the creation of Illinois Works, explain the role of the Illinois General Assembly regarding the Illinois Works Jobs Program Act, describe the unique characteristics of the Illinois Works innovative workforce development model, articulate the mission of DCEO. You'll be able to describe the relationship between DCEO and Illinois Works, list the 3 key programs within Illinois Works, and identify the goals of Illinois Works. Are there any questions about those objectives before we move on? Okay. So Illinois Works was created as a result of Governor Pritzker's historic $45 million capital plan, Rebuild Illinois, and his commitment to expand equality in Illinois' construction workforce. This is a top priority of the governor's 5-year economic plan. With this new capital funding set to pave the way for tens of thousands of jobs over the next decade, the Illinois Works Jobs Program Act was intentionally designed to increase equity and opportunity in capital construction jobs. The intention is to reinvigorate the workforce in Illinois for the future. The link for the governor's 5-year economic plan is being placed in the chat. Illinois Works is an innovative workforce development model. This unique and innovative model creates job demand, a talent pipeline, and incentives to hire and retain employees. Typically, workforce development models have 1 or perhaps even 2 of these key components. Any one of these or a combination of any of these would substantially impact the workforce. The Illinois Works program encompasses all 3 of these key components to create a comprehensive response to workforce development at all levels. Illinois Works is a one-of-a-kind initiative, and it is in a unique position to make a huge difference. The Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity has a website where the Illinois Economic Plan, both the executive summary and the full report, can be found. And I believe that link is being put in the chat. But to access the information online, go to the DCEO website, and that's dceo.illinois.gov. And again, that's in the chat. Type Open for Business Illinois' 2024 Economic Growth Plan into the search box in the upper right-hand corner. And last, you'll select Open for Business Illinois' 2024 Economic Growth Plan. A link to the document is also being provided in the chat. So here's a question, and you don't actually have to answer the question, but please consider what your response might be. What has the potential to make a workforce development initiative vulnerable? What can you think of that might make a workforce development program vulnerable? While you're pondering that, one answer is funding. Illinois Works has solved for this potential vulnerability by providing a sustainable funding mechanism. Illinois Works is here to stay. We are in a position to do something unique, innovative, and highly impactful for years to come. Okay, so let us take a deeper dive into the relationship between the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, or DCEO, the Office of Illinois Works, and the Illinois Works Jobs Program Act. To access DCEO and Illinois Works information, go to the DCEO About Us webpage. The link is being placed in the chat. Once you're there, select About Us. The About Us webpage will appear. And you can see here that there is all of the information you could possibly need about us. It also includes a list of our current grantees, I believe. Okay, so the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunities mission is to support and maintain a climate that enables a strong economy for its customers, taxpayers, businesses, workers, and communities by keeping, attracting, and growing businesses, maintaining a skilled workforce, and enhancing communities so that the climate here is one in which businesses, small and large, and their workers can succeed to the greatest extent possible. DCEO delivers impactful and efficient programs and services. Okay, so from the About Us page, which again, that link has been placed in the site, in the chat, you can see that the Illinois Works web page has been updated. The Illinois Works link can be found by scrolling down to the 18th bullet point. So there's lots and lots of information there. Okay. If you've logged out, please log back into Mentimeter and use it to answer this question. Who does DCEO serve? And again, that link can be found in the chat. But who does DCEO serve? Just a quick little Mentimeter test. Okay. Hopefully everyone's getting back into Mentimeter and ready to respond. Who does DCEO serve? Residents of Illinois, Illinois businesses, the state of Illinois, everyone, the public, businesses, absolutely. You have others? Employers, communities, the public, yes. More residents of Illinois, lots of Illinois residents, communities, state of Illinois. Okay, I think you all have covered the bases. Thank you for your participation. Those are great responses. Those are the right responses. The economy, great. Again, employees and employers also. Our customers include taxpayers, businesses, workers, and communities. So all of those answers are absolutely correct. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Illinois Works Job Program Act web page. The Illinois Works Job Program Act web page will appear. Illinois Works is an innovative model to reinvigorate our workforce for the future. To the right of the web page, there is a link to each of the Illinois Works key programs, as well as an option called Contact Us, which will provide you with the Illinois Works email address. At the bottom of the page, at the bottom of the page, there's also a virtual assistant available. This is similar to a help function. You can click on it and search for relevant information. And again, that information can all be found there at that link. Governor Pritzker is committed to expanding equality in Illinois' construction workforce. This is driven by the data that shows for too long the construction industry and the trades have not been equitably accessible for diverse communities, with fewer than 10% of the best paid apprenticeships extended to women and minorities. The Illinois Works Jobs Program Act was intentionally designed to increase equity and opportunity in capital construction projects. The passing of this act led to the creation of the Office of Illinois Works, a new bureau with DCEO tasked with the responsibility of implementing the Illinois Works key programs. The Illinois General Assembly is divided into two separate houses or chambers and is comprised of the Illinois House of Representatives and the Illinois Senate. The Illinois General Assembly passed the Illinois Works Jobs Program Act 6 years ago on June 28, 2019. Through the Illinois Works Jobs Program Act, the Illinois General Assembly appropriated funds for the pre-apprenticeship program. Capital project funding was also appropriated by the Rebuild Illinois Act. The Illinois Works Jobs Program Act is a statewide initiative to ensure that all Illinois residents have access to state capital projects and careers, including in the construction industry and building trades. The goal is to provide contracting and employment opportunities to historically underrepresented populations in the construction industry. This effort specifically targets women, people of color, and veterans. You can access the Illinois General Assembly Illinois Works Jobs Program Act from the General Assembly website, and that link is being shared in the chat now. Okay, so we've mentioned them before, but there are three key programs that make up the Office of Illinois Works. The DCO Office of Illinois Works, with the support and partnerships of communities, the building trades, and the construction industry, deliver three key programs. We have Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative, the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program, and the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program. We will review each of these programs in detail in just a moment. If we achieve our Illinois Works goals, we will have successfully partnered with community stakeholders to provide a career pathway for residents in disadvantaged communities, to provide eligible apprentices with the skills for lifelong job security, promote construction as a viable job industry for women and minority communities, provide the construction industry with a consistent skilled workforce for generations to come, and create new partnerships between state agencies and community organizations. So we're going to go to Mentimeter again for another question. If Illinois Works is successful in achieving its goals, what impact will it have on Illinois communities? If you'd add your answers now, that would be awesome. If Illinois Works is successful in achieving its goals, what impact will it have on Illinois communities? Economic development, create more jobs in the trade industry, more economic development, more jobs and more tax revenue, absolutely. Employment, residents will find employment, bridge employment gaps, stabilize the economy and increase GDP, increase the quality of life for the participants, family stability, create jobs, economic growth and employment, economic opportunity for underserved communities. Absolutely, those are all right on point. And as you've just shared, the success of this program is critical for communities, for businesses in these communities, and those employed by these businesses. So together we are in a unique position to make significant differences. And I see a few more popped up: business development and expansion, community growth, create jobs, fill a huge hole in the labor force for the service industry. Absolutely. Feel free to keep those coming, but thank you very much. Those are all right on point. Next, we're going to go to a practice round. Right now you see, we're going back to Mentimeter. So Mentimeter will ask you to submit your name as we play this little game. You don't necessarily have to. You can use one of the characters that is provided, but remember your character so that you can track your score. So in Mentimeter, you're going to select Join Quiz. And these questions will be framed as true or false. Once a question appears on the screen, you have a few seconds to consider the question. Then the options will appear. You will have 10 seconds to enter your response. For select questions, you will earn points for answering the questions quickly. And secondly, you will earn points for answering questions accurately. If you are among the top scorers, you or your character will appear on the leaderboard. So we always have a lot of fun with this. So let's get started and jump into the first question. And again, answer your questions quickly to get more points. Illinois Works was created as a result of Governor Pritzker's commitment to expand inequality in Illinois' construction workforce. Is that true or false? Okay, Gotta go. Okay, we had 15 people say true and 1 to say false. The answer is true. So congratulations to all those folks who said true. All right. Vroom. Seems to be leading the pack at the moment. So congratulations. This could change with the next question. Question 2. Illinois Works is a top priority of the governor's 5-year economic plan, resulting from his historic $25 billion capital plan. Is that true or false? You have 9 seconds, 8 seconds. What do we got? True or false? All right, we had 10 to say true, 5 to say false, and 1 to say unsure. The answer is false. The governor's economic plan is for $45 billion, not just the mere $25 billion, but $45 billion. All right, so we had some people move on the leaderboard with that, and it looks like Steve is now leading the pack. Congratulations, Steve. Let's move to question 3. You can, we have it there. You can access the Illinois Economic Plan from the DCO website. Is that true or false? True or false? You have about 8 seconds there. You can access the Illinois Economic Plan from the DCO website. All right, we had 14 people say true, 1 to say false, and 1 was unsure. Congratulations to all the folks who said true. That is correct. All right, we still have Steve leading. We still have Steve leading with Lola and Braden pretty close behind. So let's move on to the next question and see how things change. Question 4. The DCO's mission is to support the agenda of the local government. Is that true or false? DCO's mission is to support the agenda of the local government. 3 seconds. All right, we had 1 true, 1 unsure, and 14 who said false. False is the correct answer. DCO's mission is to support and maintain a climate that enables a strong economy for its customers, taxpayers, businesses, workers, and communities. Okay, so Braden, you knocked Lola out of second place. Congratulations. All right, next question. Illinois Works is an innovative model to reinvigorate our workforce for the future. Is that true or is that false? Our model is to reinvigorate our workforce for the future. Congratulations. The answer is true, and everybody got that one correct. So thank you so much. And it looks like the leaderboard has remained about the same. Yes, Steve, Braden, and Lola. Okay, you still got a chance, everybody else. The Illinois Works Jobs Program Act was intentionally designed to take advantage of the thousands of capital construction jobs in Illinois. Is that true or false? All right, we had 14 to say true and 2 to say false. The answer is true. It was intentionally designed to take advantage of the capital construction jobs in Illinois. Steve, Braden, Lola, Vrooma. All right, great job, everyone. Let's keep it going. Just a few more questions in this section. The Illinois Works Job Program Act is a statewide initiative to ensure that all Illinois residents have access to state capital projects and careers. The Illinois Works Job Program Act is a statewide initiative to ensure that all Illinois residents have access to state capital projects and careers. And that is indeed true. That's exactly what this initiative is about. All right. All right. Steve seems to be consistently leading the pack. Lola and Braden, it looks like it's a knockdown, drag-out war. So we got 2 questions left. Let's see who comes out on top. About 25% of apprenticeships go to women and minorities in the construction industry and trades. 25% of apprenticeships to women and minorities. Okay, you got it. 6 seconds. All right, and that answer is indeed false. Only 10% of apprenticeships go to women and minorities in the construction industry. All right, look at that leaderboard. Aha, Lola and Room. Okay, and that one gal. All right, guys, last question. Let's see who ends up on top. On average, construction and trade jobs pay $32 per hour so that those that successfully graduate and achieve journey worker status. And I'm not sure I read that clearly. On average, construction and trade jobs pay $32 per hour to those that successfully graduate and achieve journey worker status. Is that true or is that false? Okay, we had 11 to say true and we had 3 to say false, and the answer is indeed true. All right, and at the end, it looks like, want to be sure before I make this big announcement, Lola, congratulations. It looks like you came out on top, so congratulations. You won round 1 of getting to know the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program. Are there any questions before I turn things back over to Carlita for the next section? If you have questions, you may feel free to unmute yourself or feel free to add them to the chat. Okay, if I don't see anything, take it away, Dr. Carlita.
Thank you, Ms. Monica. All right, so we are going to move into section 4 of construction and building trades data. What has necessitated this effort? During this section, we will review the data relevant to Illinois construction and the building trades. By the end of this section, you'll be able to identify overarching disparities with respect to women and minorities in the building and construction trades, identify disparities in compensation in the building and construction trades, identify group-specific data per trade, explain the economic impact of increased equity, and list the 3 key Illinois Works programs. Unfortunately, data shows that far too long the construction industry and the trades have not been accessible to diverse communities, with fewer than 10% of the best paid apprenticeships extended to women and minorities. An expansion of apprenticeship opportunities will not only help boost employment and wages for more Illinois residents, but will also yield significant benefits for our economy at large, since the construction sector is projected to grow 12% in the next 10 years. Let us take a deeper dive into the data. Governor Pritzker launched his 5-year Rebuild Illinois Capital Plan in 2019. So let's start by looking at the 2021 data, when the first Illinois Work Pre-Apprenticeship NOFO was released. After we review construction, industry, and building trades data, we will take a look at the current data from the Illinois Works. According to the Economic Modeling Specialists International, also known as EMSI, estimates in 2021, there were a total of 221,467 people employed in the construction industry in Illinois. Women accounted for 3.3% of that amount. That is roughly 7,300 women. This is actually down a bit from the 2019 Illinois Department of Labor data. To exacerbate the disparity, women were more likely to be in the lower paying trades. For example, a higher percentage of women were working as painters or in maintenance trade with an average wage of about $22 an hour, while fewer, approximately 1.5%, had employment in the higher paying trades like plumbers, pipe fitters, and steam fitters, which earn an average wage of $43 per hour. Note, the compensation for the higher paying trades is almost double those of the lower paying trades, which attract more women. According to the United States Department of Labor Registered Apprenticeship Program Information Database System, also known as RAPIDS, as of June 30th, 2021, there were 13,548 registered apprenticeships in Illinois. The group with the highest representation was white males at 80%, followed by Hispanic males. To clarify, Hispanics can be any race in the dataset. Blacks and women had the lowest representation, 7.1% and 4.3% respectively. Carpenters. As of June 30th, 2021, there were 2,339 apprentices in the carpentry trade, of which 81.4% were white males, followed by Hispanic males at 26.1%. There is a disparity for women, blacks, and other races. Of the 2,415 active apprentices for electricians, females, blacks, and other races representation is less than 16%. As a relevant note, electricians have the second highest hourly wage in the construction industry at almost $40 per hour. Plumbers earn the highest wage of the trades. Females, blacks, and other races represent less than 13% of all plumbers. For construction laborers, females have a higher representation comparatively at 8.6%. As a note, this trade has among the lowest wages in the industry. According to the Illinois Department of Labor and the United States Department of Labor Registered Apprenticeship Partners Information Database System, again, RAPIDS, here's the percentage of apprentices employed in the state's construction industry by group. As this table demonstrates, there are several groups underrepresented in the Illinois construction industry and building trades. Given this reality, the last column of the data from program year 2024 demonstrates progress is being made through the Illinois Works program. The evidence is clear that the construction industry and the trades have not been as successful for diverse communities, with women and blacks being the most underrepresented. However, as the previous slide demonstrates, with this continued capital funding set to pave the way for tens of thousands of jobs over the next decade, the Illinois Works Job Program Act was intentionally designed to increase equity and opportunities in capital construction projects. On average, jobs in construction and the building trades pay about $18 per hour to apprentices enrolled in DOL registered apprenticeship programs and $32 per hour for those that successfully graduate and achieve journey worker status. Investments in job training in construction industry also result in significant long-term economic impact for the state, totaling approximately $1.2 billion. In fact, for every dollar invested in construction job training, Illinois obtains $11 in social and economic returns. Illinois Works is focused on achieving outcomes for all Illinois residents and for communities throughout the state. This data demonstrates the urgent need for statewide programs that have the potential to produce system-level changes. The DCEO Office of Illinois Works is excited to be instrumental in this critical work by delivering its three key programs. First, Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative. Second, Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program. And third, Illinois Works Bid Credit Program. During the next three sections, we will have an opportunity to review each of these programs in more detail. Any questions before we move on to the next section? If so, please feel free to unmute your line or post your question in the chat. It looks like there are no questions in the chat, and we are a little bit ahead of our schedule, so we will take a break at this time and return in 5 minutes. Thank you all.
All right, welcome back. I hope everyone had a good break, was able to stretch your legs for a bit. So welcome back. So we'll continue now with section 5. We'll talk about the Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative. So by the end of this section, you'll be able to describe the Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative, explain how the Apprenticeship Initiative contributes to a comprehensive approach to workforce development, summarize the Apprenticeship Initiative key components, and identify the current implementation status of the Apprenticeship Initiative. All right, so let's start. Here's again the DCO Illinois Works 3 key programs, and we'll talk about and start with the Apprenticeship Initiative right now. So the Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative, it creates the job demand. This program opens doors of opportunity into the construction industry and the building trades. It applies to public works projects with an estimated cost of $500,000 or more, including both capital grants, loans, and direct capital contracts and awards. All right, and the Apprenticeship Initiative Emergency Rules, the PDF, there should be a copy of the rules in the chat. Now, the Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative is the first of the three key programs and is governed by the Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative Emergency Rules. If you would like to read the Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative Emergency Rules, Olivia did drop those in the chat for you to review if you would like. Thank you, Olivia. Now, for applicable projects, the goal is for the U.S. Department of Labor certified apprentices, not limited to pre-apprentice program graduates, to perform 10% of total labor hours actually worked in each prevailing wage category, or 10% of the estimated labor hours in each prevailing wage category. Whichever is less than half of those hours are required to be performed by graduates of the Illinois Works, Climate Works, or IDOT's pre-apprenticeship programs. In summary, the goal is for U.S. Department of Labor certified apprentices, not limited to pre-apprentice program graduates, to perform 10% of total labor 10% of total labor hours actually worked in each prevailing wage category, or 10% of the estimated labor hours in each prevailing wage category, whichever is less. By having an established goal, contractors generally find themselves in need to hire more apprentices, resulting in that higher demand for those apprentices. Now, what's the current status of the Apprenticeship Initiative? The Apprenticeship Initiative is operational and working on the compliance of state agencies. The Apprenticeship Initiative, launched in June of 2020, is presently overseeing implementation of over 700 projects worth over $8 billion. As part of the Illinois Works commitment to continuous quality improvement, in August of 2021, we launched a new system that allowed us to transition from a manual quarterly reporting system to a real reporting system that utilizes Smartsheet. This is a compliance management platform. Now, for Smartsheet, there are 3 Smartsheet platform task categories. There's projects, progress and compliance, and closeout. Smartsheet provides a new electronic process that is intuitive, user-friendly, and allows for expeditious real-time reporting to occur. And here's an animation on how it works. Reports can also be accessed by agencies to ensure their information is accurate and up to date. So this is just an overview of how it looks. Now, the state agency is accountable for ensuring compliance. It is the responsibility of the state agencies to follow the steps below, and the Office of Illinois Works proactively monitors each project to ensure that it complies. When considering grantees, awardees, loan recipients, state agencies are responsible for determining if the apprenticeship goal might apply to a project, ensure that the grantee/contractor completes the budget supplement, monitor grantee contractor compliance with apprenticeship goals, review any waiver reduction requests, and upon completion of the grant and contract, collect certification and submit it to the DCO Illinois Works office. Now, a lot of information there. Are there any questions before we proceed to the next section? If so, please feel free to unmute yourself or post your question in the chat. I'll give you around a minute or so to go ahead and do that. Okay, so it looks like we aren't getting any questions on the apprenticeship initiative at this time. So I'll go ahead and have my colleague Shard go over the next section.
Welcome to Section 6, where we'll discuss the Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship programs. By the end of this section, you'll be able to describe the Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program, explain how the pre-apprenticeship program contributes to a comprehensive approach to workforce development, summarize the pre-apprenticeship program's key components, and identify the current implementation status of the pre-apprenticeship program. The next DCEO, Office of Illinois Works key program we will review is the Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program. The pre-apprenticeship program is based on job demand, talent pipeline, and incentive to hire and retain. The DCEO offices of Illinois Works, there are 3 key programs: the Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative, Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program, and Illinois Works Bid Credit Program. The Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative creates the demand for jobs, and the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program creates the pipeline of diverse candidates to help respond to that demand. The Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program creates a qualified talent pipeline to fill job opportunities with diverse candidates. It launched in 2021 with 23 programs. The Illinois Works Provider Network expanded in 2024 to 36 programs. This program delivers pre-apprenticeship skills training through a network of community-based organizations, including community colleges, faith-based organizations, and business associations, among others. For our grants, we strongly encourage proposals that provide training for underrepresented populations in the trades. Participants of the program attend tuition-free and receive a stipend and other supportive services to help address systemic barriers, which prevent them from entering the construction industry. Illinois Works has provided the 2025 grantees with the grantee manual as a resource for instructions, guidance, tools, and expectations for program design, implementation, and delivery. Illinois Works is a semi-structured model with minimum program standards and outcomes, which are outlined in this manual. Guidelines that articulate structural expectations can be found in this document. You can access this resource by using the link that is being shared in the chat. A 2025 grantee manual is developed and available to all grantees that receive funding for 2025. Are there any questions regarding the grantee manual? So Joseph Green stated that the service says error. We will work to correct that. It says resource cannot be found. So someone will work on getting that corrected in the chat. Next slide. In summary, the program provides pre-apprenticeship skills training through a network of community-based organizations, including community colleges. There's a preference to underrepresented populations that have historically encountered barriers to entry or advancement in the trades, including minorities, women, and veterans. There's free tuition and a stipend to participants who attend the program. $25 million has been appropriated to Illinois Works funds for the grant program. In 2024, 31 grantees received 36 grants across the state of Illinois, an $18.3 million investment. The average award was $510,629. Our present network of providers has capacity to serve approximately 1,700 Illinois residents in all but one economic development region of the state of Illinois. Our goal within this year's NOFO is to grow our provider network to 40 to 45 providers covering the whole state of Illinois with capacity to serve 2,000 Illinois residents, which is the maximum capacity we plan to operate in the future. Next slide. The Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program is a performance-based payment model. This means that expense reimbursement is directly related to the tangible results those programs produce. There are 4 metrics that are linked to an organization's funding, including enrollment, completion, transition, and closeout reports. Each of the funding benchmarks is divided by the program's goals for the number of enrolled participants, the number of participants who successfully complete, the number of participants who successfully transition to United States Department of Labor registered apprenticeship programs. These goals are outlined in each organization's grant agreement and their work plan, which outlines the organization's programming metrics and timeline. By dividing the funding benchmark amount by its respective participant goal, the per participant allotment is calculated. Each of these metrics or funding benchmarks represent a specific percentage of the grant award. Completion and transition together represent 65% of the grant award funding, putting the primary focus on program outcomes. If you're interested in learning more about the Illinois Works performance-based payment model, consider attending the upcoming session. Information about the session is now being provided in the chat. The session title is NOFO Illinois Works Performance-Based Payment Model. The date is Thursday, August 26, 2025, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We're going to now talk about the Illinois Works Reporting System, IWRS. Similar to the Apprenticeship Initiative Smart Sheet platform, Illinois Works is committed to leveraging technology for continuous quality improvement. This includes the Illinois Works Reporting System, or IWRS. The Office of Illinois Works, in partnership with Southern Illinois University Center for Workforce Development, designed the Illinois Works Reporting System, or IWRS. This system was fully launched in February 2022. Due to the custom design, IWRS allows grantees to track pre-apprenticeship program inquiries, participants, and grantee partnerships. IWRS program completion. This system also allows programs to track key information about participants' progress throughout their engagement with the program, including their application, enrollment, announcements, career and support service assessments, enrollment and training modules, attendance, and training completion. As of 2024, this system has tracked over 6,200 engagements with Illinois Works grantees. The pre-apprentice life cycle. The Illinois Works pre-apprentice program requirements are organized in the pre-apprentice life cycle. The pre-apprentice life cycle outlines the steps that participants take as they move through the pre-apprenticeship program. It tracks participants' progress from initial program outreach to the post-transition follow-up. Each stage demonstrates an integral step in preparing participants to enroll in a DOL, Department of Labor, Registered Apprenticeship Program, RAP. The current status of Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship programs as of January 29, 2025, we have had 3,173 inquiries, 1,716 enrolled, 906 completions, and 580 transitions. Given these numbers, we are on track to serve over 1,700 Illinois residents by the end of this grant period, which would be December 31st, 2025. The Illinois Works heat map. In addition, grantees have access to the Illinois Works heat map. This is one of many tools that Illinois Works is making available to its grantees to support their success. This technology provides an overview of statewide demographic data, Illinois Works project data, as well as the location and essential information of all Illinois pre-apprenticeship programs and Department of Labor registered apprenticeship programs. Grantees can access information regarding Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship programs, the concentration of underrepresented populations, economic development regions, Illinois Works projects by county, and of critical importance, Department of Labor registered apprenticeship programs. This map is utilized by both pre-apprenticeship program and the Apprenticeship Initiative to connect the public with local training programs as well as contractors with apprentices. The map's coloring demonstrates the number of Illinois Works projects happening in each county, with the dark peak symbol symbolizing higher concentrations and darker teal representing a lower concentration. The red circles on the map represent the concentration of the underrepresented populations as outlined by the Illinois Works Program Jobs Act, which includes women, individuals of color, and veterans. The blue squares represent apprenticeship programs, and the yellow stars represent the Illinois Works funded pre-apprenticeship programs. A link to the pre-apprenticeship program heat map is being provided for you in the chat. You can scroll to the bottom of the screen. If you click in the chat and you do see the link, you can scroll to the bottom of the screen to access the map. As of December 31st, the far right column of the table displays the representation of underrepresented groups currently enrolled in the Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program. Given current trends, Illinois Works is well positioned to impact equity in construction and building trades in Illinois by decisively reaching out to recruiting, training, graduating, and transitioning key target underrepresented populations of women, minorities, and veterans. Are there any questions before we proceed to the next section? I do want to check in the chat to make sure that you all have the current, were they able to correct the grantee manual? And someone answered that in the chat. Were they able to add the correct link?
Hi, Char. It
Okay.
looks like the link that's provided actually is working properly.
Okay, perfect.
They responded in the chat, yes.
Okay, I just didn't want to move on.
Yeah, good deal.
And I know that that was something that was outstanding. Are there any additional questions? If so, please feel free to unmute your line or post your questions in the chat. Well, thank you.
I know you were
Yes.
saying that you were gonna send that again, the grant manual.
So what I heard just now is that the link is working.
Okay, let me try it again. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you all send another one? Because when I go in there, it's not working.
You know what? Can you do me a favor, Joseph, and send me your email address privately, and I will email it to you. And that way, whatever's happening in WebEx, the email link should be better.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem.
And if anyone else is having issues, you can do the same thing. Thank you for your time, and I will pass it on to our next facilitator.
This section, learners will be able to describe the Illinois Works BIT Credit Program, explain how the BIT Credit Program contributes to a comprehensive approach to the workforce development, summarize the BIT Credit Program key components, and identify the current implementation status of the BIT Credit Program. And again, this is the third program within the DCO Office of Illinois Works, the Illinois Works BIT Credit Program. Now, the Illinois Works initiative creates a demand for the jobs. The Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program creates the pipeline of diverse candidates to help to respond to that demand, which is what my colleague Shar just went over. Now, to complete the whole puzzle, we have creative incentives to help ensure that Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program graduates are hired and retained by contractors and subcontractors. Now, the Illinois Works BIT credit program incentivizes contractors to hire and retain a diverse pool of candidates. It allows contractors and subcontractors to earn BIT credits by employing apprentices who have completed the Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program. BIT credits can be used toward future bids for public works projects contracted by the state of Illinois or an agency of the state. So in summary, the Illinois Works BIT Credit Program allows contractors and subcontractors to earn BIT credits to use toward future bids for public work projects contracted by the state or an agency of the state. BIT credits can only be earned for employing apprentices who have completed the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program, but they can be earned for any project the graduate works on, public or private, union or non-union. DCO establishes the BIT credit earning rates for all prevailing wage construction trades. This rate is reviewed and revised annually. Now, there are no maximum BIT credits that can be earned by contractors and or subcontractors, and no limit to the number of Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship graduates they can hire. The Illinois Works BIT Credit Bank is administered by DCO as the mechanism for tracking the BIT credits. And the BIT credits can be pooled between multiple contractors and or subcontractors for a single capital funded project, but there will have a maximum allowable BIT credit amount for each project based on the estimated project costs. The BIT credit program has launched and is a tool to support the transition of Illinois Works pre-apprentice into Department of Labor registered apprenticeship programs. Contractors and subcontractors will qualify to get BIT credits as long as an Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship graduate is in a Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program. Now, it may take 3 to 4 or 5 years to the contractor to get bid credits. Now, the current status of the bid credit program is that the bid credit program rules are approved, and the Smart Sheet bid credit platform, it's that platform that went over during the apprenticeship initiative slides. Now, the Smart Sheet bid credit platform for contractors became operational of May of this year, 2025. All contractors are encouraged to join now to obtain their account number and begin receiving the monthly newsletter and program updates as they are released. Now, lastly, the Career Services team is the glue that holds all the pieces of the Illinois Works puzzle together. The Illinois Works launched a Career Services team designed specifically to build relationships with Department of Labor registered apprenticeship programs, directly connect employers and graduates through job matching, create and provide customized lists of graduates, and provide long-term transition support to graduates. Now, again, the main goal of Illinois Works is to increase the number of Illinois Works pre-apprentices gaining employment and entry into Department of Labor registered apprenticeship programs of their choice. By achieving this goal, this team directly supports the goal of connecting contractors to a highly qualified talent pipeline, which allows them to earn big credits to be used on future capital projects funded by an agency of the state of Illinois, or give them the ability to comply with the apprenticeship initiative. The Illinois Works Career Services team facilitates job matching. This highly effective team works hard to ensure a seamless and efficient process. Contractors only need to submit a job order through the Illinois Works employer form and specify their employment needs. This user-friendly form allows the Illinois Works Career Services team to send a list of Illinois Works graduates to match their job requirements. The job order form is also used by contractors to provide follow-up information about the graduates they may have screened or hired from the list that they received. Now, the Career Pathways Management Platform form, CPMP, you'll hear it be referred to in that way. CPMP allows each of the 3 key Illinois Works program, the Apprenticeship Initiative, the Pre-Apprenticeship Program, and the Big Credit Program, to input and access critical data, enabling them to achieve their Illinois Works goals. This new database tracks Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program graduates and allows companies to review their resumes for hire. All right, now we're going to do a practice round. The Mentimeter website and code are also available in the chat. All right, you'll have once a question appears on the screen, you have 10 seconds to enter your answer. So let's see here. The first question and the link and the code were entered in the chat again. So you gotta answer fast and answer the questions correctly. Which Illinois Works key programs open the doors of opportunities into construction industry and the trades by creating demand? So I know that's a long question. Which one of those 3? All right. So we have 4 correct answers. Yep, the Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative is a correct answer. So Vroom, ML, Droid. Good job on getting those. Vroom is in the lead now. All right, next question. We got a few more questions here. Test your knowledge here. Now, which Illinois Works key program incentivizes contractors and subcontractors to hire and retain pre-apprenticeship graduates? Again, which Illinois Works key program incentivizes contractors and subcontractors to hire and retain Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program graduates? That's right. Illinois Works Big Credit Program. All right. That's a good result. 10 correct. So Vroom in the lead still. Lola moving up. Meldroid. Okay. Wolfmeister move on. He or she moved on up. All right. We got a few more questions. So we'll have another one come up. All right, now which Illinois Works Key program applies to public work projects with an estimated cost of $500,000 or more? Which Illinois Works Key program applies to public works projects with an estimated cost of $500,000 or more? It's the Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative. Yep, that's a tricky one. So let's see who got that one right. All right, Lola, Wolfmeister, and Amy. Nice job. All right, so we'll be moving to the next one. Which Illinois Works Key program creates a qualified talent pipeline to fill job opportunities with diverse candidates? Which key program creates that talent pipeline to fill job opportunities with diverse candidates? Yes, correct. The pre-apprenticeship program. That's what creates that talent pipeline. All right. Nice job. Lola, back on first place. Awesome. Meldroid second. Wolfmeister moving close. All right. Now, which Illinois Works initiative is designed to specifically build relationships with DOL registered apprenticeship programs and connect employers and graduates through job matching? No, that's a long question there. So which initiative is designed to build relationships with registered apprenticeship programs and connect employers and graduates through job matching? That's correct. The Career Services. Um, Career Services is in charge of that and facilitates it. All right. So next question, the Office of Illinois Works Apprentice Program requires real-time reporting of compliance with 10% apprenticeship goal. Who is accountable for ensuring compliance? Again, the Office of Illinois Works Apprentice Program requires real-time reporting of compliance with 10% apprenticeship goal. Who's accountable for ensuring this compliance? It's state agencies. Yep, the state agencies are responsible for ensuring compliance of that 10%. Wolfmeister moved to first place, it looks like. Or second place. Lola's still in first. All right, now next question. What tracks graduates of the Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program and allows construction companies to review the resumes for hire? What tracks graduates of the Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program and allows construction companies to review their resumes for hire? That's correct. The career pathway, CPMP, and that's really important even with our current grantees. You know, we verify compliance with our resume guidelines for that reason because construction companies are reviewing these when they're looking for a graduate of the pre-apprenticeship program. You want to make sure when they're looking at the resumes, it's high quality resumes so they can hire our graduates. So it's something to keep in mind. Resumes are very important in this program. All right. So next question, and this is the last one. So if you want to get in first place, you got to answer. The pre-apprenticeship program targets which underrepresented populations in the construction and building trades? So which underrepresented population is the target for a pre-apprenticeship program in the construction building trades? Is it minorities, women, veterans? So they're all correct. It's minorities, women, and veterans are the correct answers. So all of them were correct. Tricky question there. All right, let's see who's in first place. Ola, back in first place. Meldroid, second place. Wolfmeister, third, and not too far. Vroom and Braden, Amy and Joseph, and that one gal in RH got a little bit to go to reach the top, but it's okay. Hopefully, we got other opportunities. Now, before we move to the next section, are there any questions before we progress? Okay, there was one in the chat. Monica, she did answer it, so thank you, Monica. And then there's another question from Justin. Is there journeyman to apprentice ratio? I do not know the answer to that, but we can get that answer to you. Any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself or put them in the chat. Give you about a couple more seconds for you to do that before my colleague Monica goes over the next section.
Yep, there are no additional questions in the chat.
Okay, great. So Monica, feel free to take it over from here.
Okay, not just the next section, but the last section for today. So in section 8, we're going to talk about the DCO Notice of Funding Opportunity. By the end of this section, you'll be able to access information about the DCO Notice of Funding Opportunity, or the NOFO. Access the GATA pre-qualification training. Describe the information available from the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship NOFO 2025 website, and download the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program, NOFO. So as many of you know, because that's why you're here today, the DCO Notice of Funding Opportunity, also known as the NOFO, for the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program was released on August 1st, 2025. You can access the Notice of Funding Opportunity by using the link that is being shared in the chat. The goal of the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program is to provide grants to community-based organizations, including accredited public colleges or universities, or coalitions throughout the state that will recruit, pre-screen, and provide pre-apprenticeship skills training. Successful grantees will also be expected to provide pathways and manage the transition from the pre-apprenticeship program to a full apprenticeship program in construction and the building trades. Presently, the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program funds programs throughout the state of Illinois. This NOFO is focused on awarding grants in geographic areas where the Office of Illinois Works does not presently have pre-apprenticeship programs or limited pre-apprenticeship programs, and to increase the representation of underrepresented groups that are presently not served or are underserved by existing programs. Presently, the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program funds 36 programs located throughout the state of Illinois that represent 5 different models. We fund school districts, small and medium nonprofit organizations, large nonprofit organizations, multiple community colleges, and also business associations. The 2025 NOFO is focused on awarding grants in geographic areas where the Office of Illinois Works may not presently have pre-apprenticeship programs or limited programming, with the goal of increasing the representation of underrepresented groups that are presently not served or underserved populations, specifically Asians, veterans, and women. You can see on the slide the geographic priority areas. They include Central Region, which is Sangamon County, the North Central Region, including Peoria County and McLean County, the Northeast Region, encompassing DeKalb County, DuPage County, Kane, Kendall, and Kendall, Kane, Kankakee, and Kendall counties, McHenry County, suburban Cook County, Will County, the Northwest Region, including LaSalle County, Rock Island County, Whiteside County, and then the southern region, which is Region 8, and it encompasses Jackson County. Illinois Works is also seeking to increase recruitment, training, and transition for populations that are currently underserved. Again, we're speaking of veterans, Asian Americans, and women, among others. Illinois Works plans to fund up to 25 new grantees to join our renewal grantees to create a network of 40 to 45 providers with a capacity to serve over 2,000 Illinois residents. New grantees can be either experienced or inexperienced providers, large or small organizations, as long as your organization has the ability to reach the underrepresented populations and can effectively serve them. And one of the questions that was in the chat earlier is, though, even though Cook County is not a target population, can applicants still apply? And absolutely, Cook County or any other geographic area is welcome to apply. Okay, let's talk about applicant criteria. So for experienced and new providers, this NOFO will consider organizations that have experience and a trajectory delivering construction, pre-apprenticeship, and other construction training programs. Applicants that have not operated a pre-apprenticeship program but have experience serving the underrepresented populations are encouraged to apply in partnership with other relevant organizations that have experience in effective design and delivery of required services. If you are an existing Illinois Works grantee, you may submit an application in response to this NOFO if you are proposing to serve a different geographic area or an economic development region beyond the one that you are currently contracted to serve. Also, if you have been an Illinois Works grantee for the last 3 years, that being 2023, 2024, and 2025, you would also have to apply through the NOFO process if you have been a grantee for 3 years. If you are an existing Illinois Works grantee who has not been with us for 3 years, the office will soon begin the process of forwarding invitations for renewals. If you do not receive an invitation for renewal, this process, and that being the NOFO process, cannot be used for renewal consideration. And of course, that is only in regards to existing Illinois Works grantees. Let's talk about the GATA pre-qualification website. This first step in this process is your Grant Accountability and Transparency Act, or GATA, pre-qualification. You can access the Grant Accountability and Transparency Act website via the link that is being placed in the chat. Okay. Also, you are encouraged to attend our GATA pre-qualification training that is upcoming. Session offerings are available on the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship NOFO 25 website. And that link is also being placed in the chat now. And that is fast approaching, so please register. The NOFO Illinois Works GATA pre-qualification session is this Thursday, August 14th from 9:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. So please use the link that's being provided to register for that critical training. If you are unable to attend a live session, you can access a recording of the training from the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship NOFO website. Now, it will take approximately 5 business days to post the webinar, but the recording will be made available on that website. And the website we're speaking of is the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship NOFO 2025 website. In addition to the GATA pre-qualification training information, the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship NOFO 2025 website has all the information you need. You can access the Illinois Works 2025 NOFO website using the link that is being shared in the chat. The website offers a wealth of information and support regarding funding for the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship program, including program background, program design, funding information, frequently asked questions, NOFO materials, funding information. Got lots of stuff here. Submission deadlines, award timelines, resources, which we will talk about a little bit more in the future, and then information sessions. So you can find absolutely all of the information you need about this process on this NOFO website. The top bar of the website will provide you with information regarding English and Spanish translations, and also partners who are affiliated with the program. Okay, and then there's resources. In addition, the website provides the following information. There's resources including NOFO references, resources for competitive applications, resources for national best practices for pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship programs, resources on national best practices for equity pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship programs. So all of that information can be found on this website. Additional information session offerings are available on the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship NOFO website also, and these dates and activities can be found at the bottom of the page. And so the upcoming webinars are, again, on Thursday the 14th, there is the GATA pre-qualification information session. We will have the official bidders conference on August the 19th, and you can see that there is a registration link, so please register for that event. On August the 21st, which I believe is a Thursday, we will be discussing developing partnerships with you. And then the last session will be on August the 26th, and there we will discuss the performance-based model that we use to operate the pre-apprenticeship program. So please go online and register for all of those upcoming events. Again, keep in mind, if you are unable to attend a live session, you can access a recording of the training from the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship NOFO 2025 website. And at the time that the recordings have been posted, the registration link will be replaced with the recording link. Okay, 2025 NOFO materials. To download the NOFO, go to NOFO materials on the right-hand side of the screen and select Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship NOFO. And it looks like that's the top bullet there that has been circled. Okay, and then of course all of the other information you need is also there: the application, the budget template, conflict of interest disclosure, mandatory disclosure, and then the required attachments that are a part of the application. So all of that information can be found on that website. Okay, let's move to our last practice round. If you logged out, please go back and log into Mentimeter again. Okay, the rules still apply. There's 10 seconds to enter your response. I answer the questions quickly, answer them accurately, and you could come out on top of the leaderboard. Okay, we ready to get started with question 1? Let's go. This first step in this process is your Grant Accountability and Transparency Act, GATA pre-qualification, also known as your GATA pre-qualification. Is that true or false? Is that the first step in this process? Ding, ding, ding. We got everybody correct. We had 11 people to say that is true. That is absolutely correct. Where are we going here? All right, Lola's starting out leading the pack. Let's go to the next question. Illinois Works has a pre-apprenticeship program, NOFO 2025 website, which offers a wealth of information and support. Is that true or false? In 5 seconds. All right, and again, everybody is doing amazing. 10 people said true. It's all true. All right, and Lola, it looks like, is still leading the board. Okay, the next question. The Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program NOFO 25 website provides an assessment that tells you the probability of getting funded. Can you go to that website and find out what your chances are of being funded? All right. As awesome as it would be if we could do that, we cannot. This is a merit-based application process, so we cannot tell you beforehand what the probability is of you being funded. Okay, and Lola is still leading. Next question. You can register for upcoming training sessions under, where can you register for upcoming training sessions? It looks like the options are additional resources, funding information, and informational sessions. So where would you register? Very good. Informational sessions is exactly where you would register for upcoming sessions. All right. Lola and Mel Droid. Look like they're pretty close, pretty neck and neck. We had 2 questions left, so let's see how this turns out. If you have any questions about the NOFO, or Illinois Works, I can send a communication to, or you can send a communication to this email address, ceo.illinoisworks@illinois.gov. Is that true or is that false? All right, that is absolutely true. If you have any questions at all, please send them to that email address, ceo.illinoisworks@illinois.gov. We'd be happy to help you out. Okay. Yep, Lola's still leading. Okay, last question. If I need information relevant to the NOFO or a copy of the NOFO, I can find it on the following DCEO website. Is that true or is that false? All right. The answer is actually false. You should actually go to that NOFO website, the Illinois Works NOFO 2025 website, for relevant information to the NOFO and also a copy. So the answer to that question was false. And Lola is our winner. So everybody use your little emojis and clapping hands and things, and let's congratulate Lola on being our winner today. That's awesome. All right. So I feel like there are probably some questions in the chat. Are there things I need to address? I feel like a lot was going on while I was presenting. Are there questions I need to answer in the chat?
Hi, Monica. No, there are no questions in the chat.
Okay. Even better. If that is the case, there's no questions in the chat. No one's unmuting for questions. I think it's time for feedback, and I think Dr. Carlita is going to take over from here. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Monica. All right, so we want to hear from you. And we'll start with our Mentimeter. If you can select the blue button on your right side for the multimedia viewer to get you back in. You probably are still in from the last game. So we'll go ahead and proceed with our first question. Please share your views on this training by rating the following statements from 1 being the lowest to 10 being the highest. To what extent did it meet your expectations? How likely are you to attend a similar event in the future, and how likely are you to recommend this training to others? We have 2 people, 3 people. Oh, it's going. Let's see how many more people can add to that evaluation of how you view this training. All right, very good. I'll give you a few more minutes. Some people are still trying to get into Mentimeter, so we'll give them time to access it again. The question is, share your views on this training by rating it from 1 being the lowest to 10 being the highest. All right, looks like we are there. Next question. The course was relevant to what I wanted to learn about the subject matter. From strongly disagree to strongly agree. What is your response? We have some people in the chat. Augustine says 10 or 9 for the second one. It looks like we are at strongly agreed. You learned what you wanted to learn about the subject matter. And then we have some that responded somewhat agree. Thank you. Let's move on. I plan to apply what I learned. Again, the same scale. Strongly disagree to strongly agree. I plan to apply what I learned. There was a lot to learn here today as an overview for Illinois Works and what and how it works. And so if you think you got a lot today, you'll get more when you register for our other sessions, the GATA session, the bidder conference, partnership development, and all the things that we're offering for this NOFO session. It looks like we are at strongly agree that they will apply what they've learned. Thank you. Next slide, please. What improvements might you recommend? Given what has occurred today, what improvements might you recommend to help you better understand the NOFO process? None. It was informative. Very good. Thank you. Any other comments? And if you don't have any specific improvements, you can just add NA for non-applicable. None at this time. This was informative and well organized. Thank you. No improvement needed. NA. This was an excellent way to share so much information at one time. Thank you. NA, a list of current grantees and non-applicable. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. What did you find effective? If we make any changes, what would you recommend that we keep? What would you like to see? What did not get answered for you in this session? And I'll give you a few minutes to write your comments, type them up. What did you find effective? The testing is fun. Yes. Keep the practice rounds. It helped me understand what I have retained. Good, good. Any other comments? The quiz for retention, yes. You gave access to resources during your presentation. It was interactive, very good. Anything else you thought was effective about today's presentation? And just so you know, we take these comments to heart and we do what we can to improve our processes. So your information today is very helpful to us in making that happen. Is there anything else about this course you think we should know? Okay, I'll take a few minutes for people to type their responses. So far, there's nothing else that we can add to the discussion. Anything else you want to bring out for us to improve what we're doing? Thank you for your comments. Thank you. All right, well, we want to thank you for spending your day with us this morning, and we want you to have a great day and a better weekend. Have a good one, everyone.